everybody, my name's Darlene and I have Parkinson's. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit again, just have a day where I'm just talkative. I thought I would talk about our move, what we're planning on, how we're doing it, and what it's doing to my thought processes. Y'all know that I'm a planner and this is out of my control. So it's very hard. I'll be fine when it comes to the actual move. It's the not knowing where I'm going, not knowing that we're going to find a place, not knowing when we're going to be going. It's all those unknowns and how much it's going to cost and all the rest. So anyway, I took my little book and I started my plans. How much do I need to have for this? How much do I need to have for that? Where am I getting the money? What am I doing? How am I going to do it? And I've got it sort of laid out. And then Claudine says to me, she goes, don't worry. I'm in a place where I like. You're in a place where you like. If we don't find exactly what we're looking for, we're both happy where we are. We don't have to leave. We haven't given notice here. She's talked to her landlord and told him that she was thinking about this, but she hasn't given any notice. And she said that, we can both stay until we find the right place. Because I'm very worried about moving and then whoever's got the house decides to sell it or something. And then we are really in trouble. Because what do we do then, And as time progresses, I'm going to be less able to handle it and cope with it. So we kind of want somewhere that's going to be a long-term place. And we're not wanting to be buying a place that Bill's going to be 75. I'm 65. We don't want to be buying somewhere. So we're going to hope for the best. And Claudine says she's never had to worry about it. She goes, she's lived where she is right now for 8 years. Like she's perfectly happy there. She's doing it because I need help. And I know that I need help and whatnot, but I feel bad that her life is kind of going topsy-turvy because of it. But she says that she's fine with that. So it is what it is. So I think for me, I got to quit worrying about it and just let it happen or not happen, whatever is the case. But you see, I've already started. I packed a few things because I didn't want to leave it all to the end. And if we end up staying here for a while, all my pretties are packed. I have nothing pretty to look at. All my pretties are packed. So I have a few things left around, of course, but we took a bunch of the DVDs and put them away and whatnot. So that's where we are for the move. A few people have asked if I would show a picture of my mom. And what I've got that I think is very special, I'm going to just pop it in at the end here. I've got a 5-generation picture where it's quite a few years ago now because my mom has been gone for 11 years. 2010, this is, 11 years. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's got my granddaughter. At that time that the picture was taken, she would probably be about 7. Then, and she's 24 now, or going to be 24. And then there's my daughter, Claudine. And then there's me, and there's my mom, and then there's my grandmother. So we've got 5 generations of us. We had a 5-generation picture done when Ivy was just a baby because we never knew how long Grandma would be with us. And we were able to get another one when she was, 7 or 8 years old. So that was really special. So I'm going to, at the end of this video, pop that one on there. And, you'll see that, we all look alike. We all look alike. Anyway, what else have I got to tell you? Let me just, I've got it. It's not really a story. It's a memory. I'm just going to tell you that when we were in Nova Scotia, quite a few times we had different people come to visit us. And we had so much fun. Everybody wanted to do one thing the same. They all wanted to go to Peggy's Cove. So we always went to Peggy's Cove. But we did so many other things when people came. And it was really fun. I had my mom and dad came for a visit. Then after Mom passed away, my brother and my dad came. They stopped with me on their way to Ireland to lay Mom to rest. And so they had a visit with me, and we did all kinds of things. It was really lots of fun. And then Bill's sister and her husband, they came, and we had a very nice visit with them. The kids came when Bill was sick, and we had a good visit with them. They were, Bill, how long did they stay? About a week? About a week. A little over a week. And we had a really good time. Gary and Dad also came. They came twice, didn't they? Because they came the second time when you were sick. Yeah. And Gary was a big help for us because he was able to do some of the driving. He helped us. He wasn't so good the day that Bill sneezed, and Bill says, "Oh, I think I did something to my incision." And I said, "Well, you better go to the hospital." So Gary says, "I'll take him up to the hospital." So Gary goes with him, and they go into emergency, and they call the surgeon who's still at the hospital, and he comes down. He proceeds to take the bandage off, and he sees that Bill has sneezed and opened the entire incision, and he wanted to check if the inside had also ripped. So he just sticks his hand in Bill's belly and feels around and whatnot. Well, Gary was not prepared to see the doctor's hand go inside Bill's belly. He was not prepared, and he was very woozy and found a chair quickly. And he says to me when he comes home, he says, "I got to take you back. They've admitted Bill. He's back in surgery, and they're fixing whatever he's done to himself." And he says, "And I am never taking him to emergency again." He said that he just stuck his hand right inside his body. He said, "Didn't warn me at all." So anyway, he was a help, but that was just a bit too much for him. He didn't think that was very good. But what I remember about everybody coming is just, it was such a carefree time for us. Like we went to the beach, we went and had picnics. Like when Mom and Dad came out, we had picnics, and we had, just lovely days. There's always things that go on, like Mom wasn't feeling very good, and she was a little bit confused. And when she went and got onto the train to go home, Dad had always dreamed of taking the train across the country, and he had bought the ticket to go across the country, and they were in Northern Ontario, and Mom had just had enough. I guess it was the motion of the train or whatever, and she just said, "I'm getting off right here." They were 300 miles from Thunder Bay, and literally they couldn't have been more halfway between their house in BC and my house in Nova Scotia. They were like halfway across the country, and Dad ended up getting off the train with her, and they had to take a taxi from where they were in the Northern Ontario. They had Mom checked out at the hospital, and then they had to take a taxi all the way to Thunder Bay, cost a fortune. Then they got on an airplane in Thunder Bay and flew home. But we weren't sure that she was going to be wanting to get on the airplane. And Gary and I said, one of us may have to drive to pick them up, which literally, we had the same distance to go, literally across the country. So anyway, Dad was very glad to get her home and get her settled again, because she was very unsettled on that. She had had a lovely holiday with us, but the motion of the train just wasn't good for her. What else? I think that's probably about all that I have there. Anyway, I am going to go and get some fish done for dinner. We're going to have fish, green beans, and mushrooms. And I think it's going to be a lovely dinner. So I want to go and get that on the stove. And so I'll go do that. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. And I'll pop that 5 generation picture on at the end here. Have a good day. Bye.